I'm over halfway to Indianapolis to visit with Josh. Now's a good time to tell you a little bit about his story. Josh was a football player in high school. He loved football. He was big and strong, and he played hard. The coach at Manchester invited him to come over, and he did come to Manchester. He found out that it was tough, but he also found ways to thrive. And one of the takeaways was he felt that he really would do well with a career in sales. The job that he's in now after graduation is a management rotation program. He's currently in logistics. Next he'll go to operations. I imagine he'll spend a little time in accounting or controlling. And then he will go to sales. This is what he found out that he was really suited for, and I think he's having a great time. At Panera in Indianapolis on South Raceway Road. Let's go in and see Josh. So I finally made it to Panera with Josh, and he was waiting for me a few minutes, and I want to ask Josh a little bit about the certificate in innovation. Certificate, any help in getting you your job?
The certificate of innovation was huge and playing a part for me getting my job, because it helped me to create a story of what I've done to pitch, and it helped me practice pitching to all the directors. I had 7 interviews plus the president, and I just told my story over and over again, just like I would a business action plan of myself and how I went through the class.
The $20 challenge was big. People asked you about it because you put it on your resume.
Yeah.
You got the certificate in innovation. Now you got the job.
I got the job.
How's it going?
It's going good. I love it. I love what I do. I work at ProTrans International. It's a freight consolidation company, and when I went in the interview, I went to do sales, and they saw a lot of potential in me, and they said, okay, this is going to take a lot of time, but we want to build you up. We want to start something new and build an internal salesman. I mean, we want to take you through all the departments and learn what ProTrans really is as a service. And so right now, I'm in ops, doing logistics, consolidating service, and right away, I jumped in. I said, give me more responsibility. Give me something to do. This is too easy, because I took calls and I managed freight. So they gave me an account, but that still wasn't enough. And it was the Kimball account. And they gave me another account. It was Tafisa, and I still could do that. At the end of the day, I waited till the end and I just did that. I go, give me something I can do in the beginning. So they gave me a bigger account. It was called, and I really met my match when I met Menlo. It was just a whole company coming at me, and I have to report it to my company and go back to them. Just one-way communication points, and it was hard. It was nothing I've ever experienced before. I mean, it's like taking care of 5 babies at one time. Just they all need you. They all need
how to do the business action plan, because you can come up with your own ideas and make them work in the company.
Yeah.
So you've been there how long?
I've been there a little over 100 days.
Do you have an idea you might be working on?
I've already used a couple.
What?
On my big account, Menlo, we had a lot of troubles tracking the freight and the freight management of the account. It was never good enough for them. So I always racked my brain, like, how can we show more visibility to that customer? Because they're so needy. We had a conference call, set up some things, and in the end, we did an EDI, which is like an automatic, we set this automatic transfer where the freight comes in automatically rather than trying to put them in manually. A lot of human errors, a lot of little errors that can throw off the freight, throw off the customers, like, well, this is this, well, this is this. Well, if they put it in themselves, we can manage it. So they just came up with some guidelines and regulations that would help me out and help them as well. Like the time in the order process. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I now they're managed to come in all in the morning and once in the afternoon, instead of sporadically throwing freight in the end. And then we come up with a Menlo sheet and an approach where we match our numbers to their numbers. We send that report out at the same time. They get one, we get one, and it's at 8 o'clock, 12, which I moved to 12:30 because I've noticed the freight was a little different. You know what I mean? The EDIs had come in right away, and I started doing it at 5. I go, why don't we just have one more? So at the end of the day, we see everything.
So Josh increased it with his innovation, and he hasn't even been on the job a year.
I know it's not much. I'm sitting at my desk, and I'll go in early. I'm like, whoa, dedicated. I mean, they'll be surprised. Well, everybody comes in 10 minutes late, and I'll stay an hour, a half hour late. The office will be closed, That's when I'll do all my bills. I'll check in the bill ladings and just do all my manual stuff without any disturbances with the calls. But still, like staying that late, I don't know if anybody notices, but I know the sales guy does. I mean, the director of sales who comes in, hey, you're doing a good job. He goes, staying pretty late though. Well, how do you know? He goes, well, I've been checking. He checks the timesheet, the e-time. I go, yeah, but I just must do my job. He goes, that's good. It's good. So the little things, they work.
So, and I'm going to show this video after I edit it down when I get back to class today. It's the first day of class for entrepreneurship skills. We're last 10 seconds, 20 seconds. What do you want to say to those guys?
I would say, make it you. I mean, don't try to. I wouldn't try to push something that you wouldn't want to do. I chose when I did the class. I remember I just went with what I knew and what I'd like to do. I mean, I've done the cars before. I was like, well, I'll make it mine. You know, I'll try to do something like that. But there's a lot of things that you like to do and I think make the project a lot more enjoyable and it'd probably make you a lot more successful when doing it, something you enjoy.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for the coffee too.
Oh.
Later. Yeah. So that's it. I had a great visit with Joshua Leon, working at ProTrans International. Took him back to work, saw the place, and I'm on my way back to Manchester for the first class of the spring semester. This is the class where we're going to learn how to do a business action plan, how to find the innovation, how to make the improvement, and we're going to award certificates in innovation at the end of the class.